afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting Propagandacaster from your host, Imperial Dane, Master Propaganda, Hero Psych, Defender of the Fatherland. Off here to an exciting 1vs1 on Langeras Sky. Between the north, we got here Aimstrong, fighting for the Oberkommando, Germany, Deutschland. Taking on the road here with the Panzerlehr Panzerdivision. Versus in the south, we got SteffenBK, fighting for America, freedom, democracy. The 2nd Armored Division here with heavy cavalry and double weapon rack, or weapon bullets, in this case weapon rack, and for bazooka range ambulance versus Aimstrongs, Luftwaffes, fortifications, and spec ops with triple infantry. Stephanie rushing it to wire off the entrance of the house here. Note the way he's doing it is, in this case, well, you know, this direction. I'm not entirely sure what the word for it is, but basically this manner prevents the opponent from actually entering in any other way, and the opponent can just sort of jump through. But this actually prevents the unit sort of from sneaking in. There's a little tip from me to you. Tank types going up, they're grabbing the point here, staying up Samax. I mean, there's clearly an initial strategy here from SteffenBK, and he's going to, of course, try and maximize his use of riflemen with this, setting up for some stronger positions there. Very good. Second last squad almost done there for Steffen. We got Fultz's Kuhwagen, all that here for Aimstrong. He's pushes for the center west. Not so much for the east, they're interesting enough. There we go, catching rifling out in the open with the Kuhwagen MD4 for opening up the unfortunate bastards. Doing a bit of damage to the Kuhwagen, does suffer a few heavy hits in return. And there we go. The rifle actually quick retreat here. In this case, Steffen basically deciding this is not going to be engaged, it's going to be worth it, because this damage probably can repair it. I mean, it can. And the rifle, you know, going to have to reinforce. So, either way, depending how this goes, it's just going to be a manpower exchange, so it only works in favour of Aimstrong. Plus, he doesn't know there's more troops that might arrive. But again, it's interesting, he's not pushing straight for the fuel here so far, Aimstrong. Where Steffen is making a bit of an effort towards it. Another full squad on the way there. Heading for the victory point. Tank troops down there. Steffen's Ramman linking up for the next big push there for America. Grabbing the point here, could lay down some barbed wire, something. They go up in court here with the Kuhwagen, though this time again 2 Rifle squads versus 1 Kuhwagen. Much more one-sided, really. And even 1 Rifle squad versus the Kuhwagen is not necessarily the best engagement. There you go. Still, gain that 1 killing, gain that damage in there, and again the Kuhwagen can just get it fixed up, which is basically free there for Aimstrongs. I mean, overall, get an instant engagement where he just can get some kills in, they just suffer damage on it. It's great for him. Up north here, folks, push back, immediate retreat here, not trying to fight it out, not trying to do any damage, realizing again, this is not going to be a fair engagement. Aimstrong immediately retreats there. So both players are displaying some very sharp unit preservation, down to just the degree, again, they're not even willing to suffer needless manpower loss. You're having to reinforce units pointlessly here in the early game, which is quite, impressive to note here. Rifle versus folks coming in here, just rifle charging up. We got the Stern Post minute, Kuhwagen falling back. This should be engagement that we can see now. Steffen taking some losses, slightly sort of bouncing off in unit preservation, taking heavy damage. In fact, could risk a wipe. So good work there by Aimstrong. Kuhwagen providing support there. It's actually got 2 kills close to in front. Got Rifleman in there, heavily wounded, but they want that Kuhwagen gone. There we go. Rifleman taking heavy loss. We got a mortar on the way there for Steffen. Enough again. Aimstrong is here to push for the fuel. Bit risky, bit risky. Smoke screens are available for Steffen besides the mortar smoke. And Aimstrong keeps up the pressure. The Kuhwagen moves in here towards these to grab points there. With the heavily damaged Kuhwagen setting up here. Could even try and dig in. We got Racers sneaking about here. Could pop an incinerator to flush them out of the house. Burn them out. And there you go. Steffen again trying to counter the attack around the car point. That's not quite working out. Steel Pine is falling back. Fultz will report and fall back as well as soon as the point has been rendered neutral. Just slightly more defensible position. We got more Fultz arriving here for Aimstrong. Just more troops, more infantry. Another squad flanking in at the same time as Steffen moves in there. Aggressive tactic here by Aimstrong. Very aggressive play. Steffen, of course, trying to react to this to his best ability. But Aimstrong is certainly not letting him have an easy time here. He is not. Mortar firing down close to the Fultz. These not quite have an impact. No incendiary grenades here. Could consider maybe just a slightly swing the game in his favour. Otherwise, he needs to retreat there before mortar run actually lands and wipes. And there you go. I think that was the right move. Had he waited around there, he probably would have had the unit wiped. So that would have been a big win there for Steffen. Shots being fired here. We got Rifleman finding out against Fultz and low health inside the house. Pretty risky there. Fuel pump cut off. And we got a truck out there for Aimstrong. Could be the mechanized, but also could be the Belgrave headquarters. Both are viable options at the current circumstances here. Both offer their advantages. Again, Belgrave headquarters tends to be still the most popular sort of metal-wise because it offers a very excellent flat half track. So that is a very likely bet there from Aimstrong. Belgrave headquarters up. So it's reinforcing. So there'll be some medikits that initially just has to get troops healed up, so he doesn't have to wait for all this, because it's going to be taking way too long there for Aimstrong. Coh2's going to need fixing up. This then been doing him quite well, I think. Done some damage, harassed, secured territory, all pretty good there for Aimstrong. More sandbags here, slightly more defendable positions, slightly further away, slightly layered. Not a bad spot overall to lay down some sandbags. And basically healing up all of his troops here, very good. Now the trick question, of course, is this, or the tricky question, not trick question, but is what he's planning. So we got a captain out there for Steffen, so anti-tank guns, Packards and Stewards. So I've seen more captains from the Americans as of late. Seeing a bunch more. Aimstrong here can now go for the flak half track. He could also just go for the MG34, or he could just try and, you know, rush ahead for the next tier. But he does go for the flak half track here, the 251-17. Sturmpionier moving ahead. Folks, they needed some medics badly. Field sort of being slightly more drawn up here between the two. The initial sort of series of skirmishes has been sort of, you know, done out. The line's been drawn, and now there's going to be sort of slightly larger in games, sort of trying to determine things from there on. Got a lot of assault rifles up here for Aimstrong, of course, increase the firepower exponentially there for his men. Well, not exponentially, but certainly nicely there. MG34 on the way. Oh, he cancels the flak half track. Fun. MG34. Seeing the captain there, he makes a quick response to deciding the flak half track is going to be too exposed to pilot bazookas and the tank guns, but also the Steward, and just focus on the machine gun instead. Might try and pull up for a fast check instead and just rely on MG34s and the Kedden efforts until you get there. I would say a sharp, solid decision there. Some players have just kept on with the flak half track, but I think Aimstrong in this case made the right call, as he could basically risk losing a flak half track to a player going captain, and that could in fact very well be why Steffen went for the captain and the company command post, simply because it's more effective as an opponent goes for flak half tracks. So strong decision making now for, I think, both players. MG34 they're running for Aimstrong for Deutschland. Fulton squad there pushed back. Captain pushing westwards there. We got one Fulton squad about here. Could pull into heavy cover, and that would deal with him. Troops healing and forcing back in Aimstrong's base. Some time for him to take in. There he goes. Smoke screen from Steffen on the MD34. Very good, very good. Locking it off. Ha! Take that, you crud. You can't shoot what you can't see. I think I hear something. Oh, shit. Obviously, they can't shoot for the smoke, you know. Because of that, that would be a bit, not fun. Sturmpionier there pushing back the rifleman. Still good work there by Steffen. Aimstrong shifting about. In the south here, we got security as well. And as the rest of Steffen troops fall back, so does the mortar. He's not pulling it back entirely, but he's leaving it sort of a bit more safely there, so it can't easily be rushed by Aimstrong and taken out. Aimstrong getting much, much closer here to the schwerpunted quarters. Steffen, meanwhile, they're going for the Steward. He's going to need several anti-tank guns, most likely, to have a chance there versus Aimstrong's incoming Panzers. Sturmpionier moving up here. Sandbags being tossed down in front of the victory point. Like sacrifices to some unknown deity. And rather than pushing forward against the Fulton, quick retreat here. Aimstrong deciding that he's an engagement not worth his time. MD34 opening up in the rifleman. Pretty good spot there. He might want to get some sandwich on there. You go. Got the Steward moving in, and Aimstrong is completely caught off guard, you would think. Again, I mean, he's got 9 tank weapons. Of course, the argument to counter this could be, you know, well, he just didn't care. Ultimately, I don't know. But he's going to need like Kedden Meffer. Can also soon take out him there. Got a Kedden Meffer on the way. We could also consider adding a Panther Shake on the Sturmpioneers just to add a bit of extra anti-tank here versus the Steward. But otherwise, you know, he should begin aiming up there for the tech. He should begin aiming for the Schwerer Panzer Hauptquartier. Unit what? Quite a bit of loss there for Steffen. Rifle squad got snuffed out like a candle in a storm. Aimstrong meanwhile there, trying his best to maintain aggressive posture, but at the same time, not too aggressive either. He doesn't want to, you know, defeat the Sudanese. And holy smokes, that was a good hit there. Did a lot of damage to the Fulton. In this case, he has to retreat, because if he doesn't, he's just going to lose the men. But in this case, he has a chance to retreat them heal them up. That's the preserving manpower rule for the units. So very good decision there, I think, by Aimstrong. Some players might disagree, might have kept fighting there, but I don't think it'd just been a waste of manpower. In particular with the Steward about there. That was just, I think, some really strong unit preservation there by Aimstrong. And overall, also just economic preservation, since again, like, he just saves a lot of manpower this. A lot of manpower, which again could have almost been a full wipe, in which case he'd probably have to pay somewhere around 100 manpower just to replenish them. Could go for the Pantric now, the Steel Pioneers. So far, Aimstrong does not seem keen on that. Also, no tech. The Colonel lands a shot square on the Stuart's armour. Folks was Rifleman. Steffen Rifleman, despite the upgrade there for the weapon action and everything else, is yet to go for anything there. So his Rifleman art, you know, in some ways undergunned compared to the short rifle wielding Folks going to do. So almost got a wipe there. Captain pulling ahead. Empty Fed force setting up. Folks coming to sweep in and sort of stop this. Also got some troops moving out the westwards. They could try and rush the fuel pond directly, even as we can see Steffen's aggressive harassing here behind Aimstrong's front line. Sneaky. And there you go. Aimstrong's finally got the schwer punted quarters on the way there. Schwerer Wehrmachtschlepper. And we got a second mortar here for Steffen. Just going to set up a mortar battery that way, trying, you know, gain advantage of this Aimstrong. Plus, we got the BARs as well. We got Browning automatics and double mortars. Clearly, Steffen is gearing up for war. Well, more war than he already was. So it's obviously he's fighting here sort of in a fictional version of the Second World War. Well, pixelated version, I suppose you can call it. Double mortars, quite potent, quite nasty, and quite a headache there for Aimstrong to deal with, in particular he's got no artillery himself. But he is always keeping up good pressure across the map, not just getting himself dug into one spot, not, you know, just trying to beat his opponent by headbutting him to death, but actually trying to outmaneuver and again control the field points. Very good. Troops are healing, reinforcing. Stewart on the Fulton getting some good hits there, closing in on Veterans. He too. Good hit there. Manages the point neutral, they need to retreat. And he's got right reasons and the captain advancing. With a few foot. They're doing the I can't open the door boogaloo. Finally around the center for Fulton was rifling there with BARs. And of course now the double mortars to back them up. We'll have to see if Aimstrong is ready for this, because this can do some very heavy damage very fast if he's not ready for it. In the west here we got Steel Pioneers recording as the Stuart light tank, but the Stuart escapes. It's daring raid. MD-54 almost wiped out there by mortar fire, and not good there for Aimstrong, and oh, that was close. That was almost what. Meanwhile, as all of this is happening, you can see this Steffen's captain is making a successful push there for this and fuel point. We also get harassment down here in the west. Both players still looking to disrupt and delay the other player's tech. Aimstrong's tech though is going up first here. He's going to head the Schwer Panzerhauptquartier up soon, and again pushing for the Panzerkampfwagen 4. Meanwhile, there looks like it's going to be a wipe here against Aimstrong and the Panzerlehr Panzerdivision. A critical blow to the German army, depriving it of vital manpower to keep up the fight against the armies. Kuban moving up there. Skirmishing in the west. Student Pioneer versus Rifleman. Could go either way. Student Pioneers recently low on health, not effective range, but they're in heavy cover compared to the Rifleman who got no cover there. I think it's the right decision to break it off there, though, for Steffen try to beat them into a better engagement overall. And Aimstrong, he just retreats, getting healed up rather than fight the fight. So, I mean, in this case, we can sort of again see on display here there's some more aggressive, in sense, more active unit preservation tactics going on from both players. I mean, Aimstrong has repeatedly shown himself willing to just retreat a unit, even low and healthy, and can sort of keep the unit doing stuff, simply to just get it healed up and back in the fight, and just ensure it doesn't lose manpower on it. So, this is some really high-level play there from Aimstrong. We actually rarely get to see comers too. Captain here, as the Fulton goes up close to taking heavy damage. Stood moving in there, 11 kills. Aimstrong here can actually go for the Panzer IV now. And there we go, does go for the Panzer IV, a strong choice. He could try and pull ahead for the Panther, but the Panzer IV just works better versus the infantry as well, and thus represents, I think, the stronger choice overall. At least for now. I mean, for Steffen, we haven't actually seen much of the docking besides the sandbags. There's been no smoke, no rangers, no nothing. And could, unfortunately, indicate he's just using it to go for the Pershing and not much else except maybe just a few sandbags here and there. And obviously, I mean, unless Aimstrong just managed to like the sandbags, he should be anticipating then heavy cavalry. We'll have to see what sort of plans for that at all or not. He's probably here going for Luftwaffe, ground force, opening up for Fallschirmjägers, Valiant Assault, and Stukas motor consoles, all good abilities. All good. And there goes Schwerpanzer with reveal, Panzer almost done, stood a bit of trouble. There we go. It's going to get Kupferwagen destroying Aimstrong's little car. Ach, mein Auto! Verdammte Amerikaner! Do it, they're doing what they can. Got a Bahnham done off against Ramp, and they're flashing them out with fire, fury, and Deutschland. Panzer they're rolling through ahead like a Teutonic steamroller. Almost got the Stuart there. Mortar crews exposed, virtually to their halfway to virtually 3. Decent shot there, gets 1 kill, but not sort of a more critical hit, which could result in a wipe there. The mortar crew. Ram there is the Panzer IV. There you go, excellent hit there. Takes out 2/5 of the unit. Captain Reason moving heavy, got bazookas up. A lot of bazookas up, in fact, here. Panzer IV's going to have to fall back. Pin up machine as well there. Shots bouncing off though. Another hit there. Another hit. More hits there. Grabbing the center victory point there. 7 remains a bit in the defensive versus Aimstrong. Aimstrong, I think, should be considering, you know, elite units like the Orbital Dardan right now here versus Steffen. The LMG 34s could be quite potent here versus some of Steffen's troops. Or Fallschirmjägers, so just assaulting that way, maybe clear up some of the support weapons as well. And we do see Fallschirmjägers on the way here for Aimstrong. Panzerlehr called upon support of the 3rd Fallschirmjäger Regiment. Why is it always the 3rd? I don't know, probably because the others are stationed elsewhere, Dummkopf. You don't have to say such mean words. Oh, shut up. Panzer IV, they're opening up the advancing riflemen, taking a bit apart here, shot by shot. Panzer IV closing in on veteran 2-1. And the tank gun moving about there, so we got some extra stuff there. Certainly starting to look like Steffen is just playing straight for the Persian here. Pretty risky stuff. Seal of Aimstrong, of course, divines it and sort of brings up, you know, some stuff to help deal with the Persian. Jagdpanzer could be a really strong choice here. Good rate of fire, good penetration, good range. All useful assets versus the Persian. If he goes for another Panzer IV, the things might be slightly different, as Steffen does pack a lot of supporting firepower there for the Persian, which could put a bit of problems there on Aimstrong's Panzer plan. Another hit there though on the Stuart by Kednev for gaining veteran 3 in the process. An ace light tank, and there you go. A lot of multiplier there on the MG34. Skirmishing around here, victory point. We've got a fat lead here for Aimstrong over Steffen at the moment. And there you go, Brandhandgranate. Fallschirmjäger come into support here, I think. Opening up with FD-42s, and there we go. Feuer frei, Jungs! Feuer frei! Back here, reinforcement, healing, repairs. Panzer IV almost good to go, close to it, and C1. We also got 200 points left, in fact, less than 200 points now for Steffen. And the 2nd Armored Division got the Panzer IV opening up here on the right and gaining veterans who won the process. And combat blitz. It's any other kind of blitz? Well, there's a ballroom blitz. Yeah, but you know, that's more of a song. Need to be careful with those Fallschirmjägers. They're low on health and they're getting targeted aggressively by Steffen's mortars. Getting the Stuart there. And to tank nearby, we got troops rushing ahead here past the BLs and everything else. Almost got the Stuart there, almost got it. Rather than taking heavy damage from the right, folks, we've got the Panzer forming in a bit dinged up there. He can soon go for another one. He does go for it. Again, he might not be aware of the Persian if he's considering it, which is a bit interesting considering he should have really seen some signs of it. Calling an airborne assault now. A curious choice here by Aimstrong. Seems a bit of a wrong call here. Could have been misclick. He was planning actually Valiant Assault. I don't know. Panzer IV, the heavily neat repairs. 2nd Panzer IV, they're great versus the infantry and any medium armor, but again, If Steffen is playing for the Pershing, which we know of course he is, double Panther Force is not going to be the most amazing choice, in particular not when your opponent has a lot of anti-tank support in the first place. You're better off with a Yak Panzer again, range and rate of fire plus good penetration. They're all good assets versus the Pershing heavy tank. But right now, Aimstrong's not going to get any of those. I think this could lead to a bit of a problem there for Aimstrong if he's not careful here versus Steffen. Though there's still some time, of course, the Panzer Force could do a lot of damage before that happens. Definitely a possibility. And of course it might even be too late then for him to get it, because he's still bleeding a lot of victory points. He's down to 145 here versus Aimstrong's 420. We've got Rapid again, heavily damaged, wounded as well. They're straight to Panzer and Assault Rifle fire. But we got the M1 opening up in the Panzer 4. Good shot bounces though, and takes return hit that takes out half crew on the anti-tank gun. And gets swiped. Now that's quite a loss here for Steffen. Captain exposed, far to make his Panzer 4 need to get the other action as well here, destroying the anti-tank gun. A definite nasty loss. If you get a blend curve as well, they're trying to increase the chance of wiping the Captain in retreat there. Plus, of course, just prevents from shooting at the Panzer 4 in the sort of intermediate term there. Other Panzer 4 getting a move on there for Deutschland. Panzer 4 doing up the streaming there. We got stun shots. We got the bazooka team moving the game suppressed. Volkswagen moving in. Panzer 4 shoots, hits a large stack of hay. Volkswagen needs to move to support here. Panzer 4 moving in, almost 32. He shoots, misses the Stuart. And there go, getting a bit closer to the bazooka team. And oh, Volkswagen successfully forced them back. Even only the bazooka teams now to challenge here the Panzer 4. And only gets off a single hit before retreating. Steffen is super close to the Pershing. Super close. Troops are getting blasted by mortar fire. Needs to grab the western victory point as well. He needs to, try and just keep the bleed up on Steffen. Getting the Stuart fixed up there. Panzer 4 super close to it. Who's going to go in for it? He's going to go for it. There you go. Veteran 2 gained. There we go, good hit. No stun shots there, doesn't have the munitions for it. Panzer 4 though is now veteran 2, nicely more lethal versus infantry. And another anti-tank gun. There we go, Pershing in as well here. Steffen is now setting up there for a counterattack versus Aimstrong and the Panzerlehr. Will Aimstrong be ready? Will he be able to assist this incoming assault? Pershing setting up, they're going for the Panzer 4, shoots and penetrates the Panzer 4. Bazooka rockets are flying, almost taking out the Panzer 4. Ken opening up here. Oh dear, oh dear. Lucky shot there that bounced off the Panzer 4 front armor. Pershing down to less than half health in a matter of moments. So far so good for Aimstrong. Helps his the Kednov by his veterancy 4. That is pretty solid. Shot they bounce off the Panzer 4's armor. Aimstrong might consider an additional Sturm Pioneer squad just to assist with repairs here. That would be, I think, quite helpful. We got the support kits on the way just to help with repairs. And there goes Stuart, flanks in, but gets destroyed. And Aimstrong's first Panzer 4 there is halfway to veteran 3. That's going to be a real problem there for Steffen if he gets that far. A very real problem. Fixing up the Panzer 4s. Volkswagen is sending out for Germany. Scrambles around to get the Fallschirmjägers with a slightly botched bomb grenade. And we got one Panzer 4 making support. We'll have to see if he goes for another Panzer 4 Panther Yak Panzer here, but it's certainly, with this sort of stuff here going on, consider the Yak Panzer. But there you go, single shot on the Fallschirmjäger squad from the Pershing, wipes whatever's left there. Nice loss there. And there goes, he's just going for more Panzer 4s, so he's just going for more Panzer 4s. He's clearly not taking the Pershing very seriously so far. He is not taking it very seriously. We'll have to see how that works out for him. Point there secure. Panzer 4 good to go. Fortunately, they're getting obliterated by the Pershing. There we go, another airborne assault going in here. Captain Evers and the Panzer 4 air support going in there, shooting around here, trying to catch some armies. More Panther 4 dealing with the captain up close and his bazookas. Taking some damage in the process, but still almost wiping the squad and actually getting a bazooka there to drop. They need to be careful here. And to tank some there goes even using arc piercing rounds. Steffen wants that Panzer dead. He wants it very dead. Woo, close. Grabs the bazooka. Panther 4 needs to fall back. It would be a shame to lose it now, since it is incredibly close to Veteran Fleet. And a high rate of fire, high mobility. And usually again when they hit Veteran Fleet, they get really good, since again just being fast and just shooting fast is really good for, you know, a lot of tanks. Check out the German ones. Plus then there's Veteran 4, which increases accuracy, which is really good as well, particularly with a high rate of fire, can just really allow to obliterate infantry. So it would be a shame if Aimstrong to just toss away his almost Veteran Fleet Panther 4 now. That would be absolutely suicidal almost. Steffen's Pershing there's hit Veteran 2-1, which opens up for some faster movement. Shoot gets off a good hit in the Panther 4. And Tatanka gets off an all. There go bazooka rockets as well, flying through the air. Continue pressure around the victory points in the centre and the west eastern one. Not seeing so much action so far. Steffen doing what he can to stall the victory point lead. I mean, he's down to 83 versus Aimstrong's 428. That is a big gap here. Very big. And certainly in that way concedes a significant advantage to, or confers, I mean not concede, confers an advantage to Aimstrong in terms of just pressuring. Shots bouncing off the Panther 4s here, for the most part.
We're getting the hell beat out of us. We got 75 points remaining.
Takes out the Panther 4. Panther 4 taking hits with the bazookas. Troops healing, reinforcing. So 3 Panther 4s. There you go. Panther 4 goes down. And not more the veteran ones, but still not the least veteran one either. All of the anti-tank and firepower is really going to be a problem here for him. So he needs to begin flanking more with his Panther 4s. He actually should not be seeking out engagements with Steffen at this stage head on. Not with the anti-tank and as it is. And of course the Pershing should try to flank out maneuver. But you feel like Aimstrong might begin to be committing some mistakes here versus Steffen. And you know, I really think you should consider Yak Panther. There you go, lost his Lakenman. That's a big loss to Aimstrong because that high veteran tank to tank them was really good here. Veteran 4 gained the Panther 4, the Pershing's gained Veteran 2, and there goes, he's fall back with the Panther 4. Don't lose it! Oh, scheiße! Holy smokes, that was lucky that that shot bounced off the Panther 4, otherwise Aimstrong would have been in some very deep trouble, and he might still be. Grenades off here on Steffen's troops. Main gun out on the Pershing. Heavy damage here against Aimstrong. He's trying to charge here, trying to finish off the Pershing, but can he do it? His tanks are heavily damaged, can't move into support. And holds up with the forces, does not move in to finish off the Pershing, possibly just couldn't. But that was a nasty engagement there for Aimstrong. Saw him lose a lot of things. We'll have to see what he goes for. I mean, he could go for another Panther 4, but again, at this stage, I'd strongly recommend something with a bit more punch versus the Pershing. Steffen clearly knows how to use the Pershing quite well and isn't just, you know, charging in like it's some kind of tiger race. Which is definitely a mistake a lot of players, I think, commit with the Pershing. Right, moving ahead here. Good use of smoke there, locks out any supporting his weapons there, allowing him to move more freely on the other side of the smoke. Damaging the Panther 4. Still no sign of anything further here for Aimstrong. Might be he's planning for a Panther at this stage. Would that way take on the Pershing, but at the same time still give him some options dealing with infantry. Panther 4 is just obliterating an infantry. Oh, but it's taking heavy damage. He's got 2 anti-tankers plus the Pershing fighting. Needs to blitz. Blitz Aimstrong. Ah, scheiße. That was pretty potentially ugly there. And there you go. Aimstrong goes for the Yak Panzer. He does go for the Yak Panzer. Or Panzer 4-70, since technically the gut version of the long gun was actually not called a Yak Panzer, but it was an attempt by the Germans to fool the Allies into thinking they actually managed to mount the Panther's gun on a regular Panzer 4. So a little fun fact there. A little fun fact there. Still, that should be of help as the Pershing. Of course, there's still the anti-tank and see wary of. Down to 53 there for Steffen now. Down to 53. Aimstrong, I think, losing sight of the rest of the map. He's getting too focused in the centre here. And Steffen so far seems able to sort of punish him for that. Which is not really good for Aimstrong. They're also now slightly falling behind. But there you go. Yak pants out. Pants 4. Dash 17. There you go. Pants 4. Veteran 4. But surviving. There you go. Veterans in 5. Holy smokes. But they're going to tank with the Pershing rolling in. They need to fall back with the Panther 4. It's going to get into tank rifle. They're damaging the engine, making it harder here for its ace Panther 4 to get out there. Air support called in. Kedma from moving in. Kedma spotted here. Heavy damage being inflicted. Need to fix up that ace Panther 4 moving in. We got the Yak Panther there arriving. Almost got the Kedma. Pershing pulling back to base. And that is itself veteran 3 ace level heavy tank there for Steffen. Panther 4 needs to be careful. They're taking him down from the anti-tank guns. Veteran 2 is pretty nasty stuff there. Almost lost his Panzer 4 there. In fact, he almost lost both of them. Aimstrong not once considered is no still punished just to speed up the repairs of his Panzer 4s, to be honest. Smoke roll down here. Quick deployment there by Steffen. Panzer 4 main gun out. Oh, scheisse. He's almost got the ace good to go, and there go. Doesn't quite fully fix it up, but realizes he just has to get into the fight and fix up the other tank as soon as possible. Though mortars are definitely, I think, proven to be quite helpful for Steffen. About 29 kills altogether, and veteran 3, both of them. Firing on the victory points, 46 versus 388. Fulton is about to get wiped out. Their Pershing just lands a crucial hit there. Ace Panther with half health, falling back here under cover of the Yak Panther. Another hit there from the Pershing, almost taking out the ace. Oh dear. Getting pretty rough here for him. Got a wipe there though. Got a wipe. But the Pershing wipes in return. 25 kills. That Pershing is a monster. Just sniping units left and right. Yak Panther gets a good penetrating hit there with the high velocity gun. Bazooka flanking the Yak Panther. Panther 4 setting up, fixing up the other one. Panther 4, they're going for the reason Fulton supporting. 45 points left. But Aimstrong's forces are very much falling apart here. Akena coming up, taking on the Pershing. That's really, I think, a bad call there by Aimstrong. Might have been because I forgot to fire, but there you go. Pershing wipes it out. Panther 4 versus the Raketenef, not going well. Half health already. Might suffer more damage. Also, the Raketenef is mostly manned by mages. Or captains. Ah, that's captains. That's a rather, shall we say, high-ranked anti-tank gun. But the Orbison squad, they're arriving here for Aimstrong. He's barely got anything left. There you go. Pershing moving head straight into the Panther 1. The Yak Panther taking several hits here. Almost taken out. Almost taken out. Shots bouncing there. Shot bouncing out of tank setting up. You got riflemen in with bazookas. The Kevin setting up there as well. Pershing gets away. Panther 4 almost down. MB-34 setting up around the centre. Another hit there. Panther 4 down to the sliver of health. Sliver of health. And gets taken out there. The ace is kaput. The ace is kaput. A shattering blow there to Aimstrong, who's now got barely anything left and nothing to really swing the game around with. Meanwhile, Steffen working hard and fixing up his own ace with 31 kills. Air support called in, doesn't really feel effective. I think actually Aimstrong would have done better with some bandit assaults at the right time rather than airborne assaults. That's just me though. Sending in his remaining Panzer there unsupported because he's got nothing to support it with. I mean, at this stage, it's pretty much GG, and there you go. Game over, game over. A loss here for Germany, for Aimstrong. A brutal battle here. Looked rough here for Steffen in the early game, but as the game went on, the Aimstrong, I think, got too fixated in the centre, not enough in flanking. Got a lot of Panzers, but didn't think used them in the most efficient manner. Was too late in getting a tank destroyer. Ended up throwing a lot of infantry now, plus the Pershing just got more lethal, at which point it just began wiping Aimstrong squads left and right, which is Really, really powerful, and you know why they nerfed the King Tiger, but apparently not the Pershing. Either way, though, GG game over here. Well fought by both sides. Some really strong unit players in the early game, and I hope certainly other people agree because there were some really interesting unit players who play. They were Aimstrong several times just retreating units when they just, you know, suffered damage, but you know, because there's theoretically kept fighting, just retreat them, heal them up. So some really good play there. Again, just too much fixation on the metal fight. So what did you think of the match? Do you agree with my assessment? This is Imperial Dane signing off. You of course like the video, subscribe, like, share, comment on it, share it with your friends, your family. Send in replay shown in the link in the video description there. Bright links around the leaderboards, map, and so on there. Don't just send me a replay with nothing else to it. You know, I'm just going to ignore it. So this is Imperial Dane saying cheers. Thank you for watching. See you all tomorrow for another Sonic episode. Bye.